Hey.
I just asked Jakia, was it a halftime adjustments or your speech that kind of got them going in the third quarter? She said it was a little bit of both. But I want to ask you, is this team have enough veterans that you just kind of let them make the adjustments, kind of lead them alone at halftime, knowing that they have been through these kind of games before?
Well, I mean, again, Jakia's not been shooting as well as she normally can. And so, just kept reminding her, you've done it all your life. You've been a great shooter all your life. Just go out there and, again, she was getting where she was passing up threes and looking to attack. But we need her to knock down threes because that creates spacing for our offense. It gets people off of Lisa. And, of course, Kai Crutchfield's been doing a great job of that out here as well, shooting the heck out of it. But we need to get Jakia going, and it was good to see her hit 2 out of 4 today. And, we need that to have some balance in our offense. So it was a big lift for us.
But at the break, though, were you kind of leaning on this team's experience to kind of battle back, or you kind of made a lot of adjustments and you really got into them in the locker room at halftime?
I wouldn't say I really got into them. We stressed, we got to do a better job on the boards. South Florida's a great offensive rebounding team, and we were giving up, especially the second half. We got hurt even more, though, I thought. But we got to do a better job than that. This is, again, rebounding is what wins championships. And so you give a team like South Florida a second or third look at a three, they're going to knock it down. So got to do a better job there. We were not taking care of the ball. I think at halftime we had 4 assists, 6 turnovers, and maybe the second half we flipped it and had like 11 and 4 or something like that. So much better job taking care of the ball. But it is nice having, of course, Jakia is only a sophomore, but she, as a freshman, she started and played so much that you almost look at her like a veteran as well. So, again, with Kayla Jones not out there, I thought some other people really stepped up and did a good job with the leadership role.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Next question is from Christy.
Hi, Coach. Christy Rican from the Associated Press. I wondered if you could talk a little bit about those 2 big runs you guys had in the third quarter, and what do you think the key was there for you guys to be able to pull away?
Well, I think they only scored 11 points in the third quarter, so that was a big part of it, if you can defend like that. Because, again, South Florida is an explosive offensive team. They got a lot of people that can hurt you. So I thought that was better. We did a good job of defending with some urgency and then finishing it with a box out for the most part in the third, it seemed like. But, again, we got in a little bit of rhythm offensively. That's when I think Jakia came out and hit some threes, and Kai hit some threes. And, Elisa, they were very physical with her. Obviously, their posts, they could rotate them, and their post in general picked up a lot of fouls, but they were spread out among, 3 or 4 players. And thought, Lisa did a pretty good job of handling that. It's tough when people are trying to be so physical with you, but she handled it well. But, again, it's good when you can see the ball go through the net. I think that helps. That also helps you on the other end of the floor. We seem to play better defense when we're knocking down shots. And I hate it's that way, but that's the way it usually rolls. So we got to defend and rebound if we want to stick around.
Next question is from Michelle Vogel.
Yeah, Coach Moore, I just wanted to ask, I guess 2 things. Do we have a latest update on Kayla in terms of, is it still a day-to-day thing, or what do you know?
Yeah.
And then also I know Kai's done this all season, but just her ability as, sort of a jack of all trades out there and the things that she was able to do for you today.
Yeah. Well, as far as Kayla Jones go, and you kind of hit on it right there talking about Kai, Kayla Jones is like our Swiss Army knife. I mean, she does everything well, helps us handle the ball in the full court, rebounds, even pushes it some in transition, can shoot the 3. So we really miss her. I don't know, when she might be back. We're fortunate we're able to get through today without her. And, a lot of it's going to just depend, the pain and how intense it is. It's a patella tendon injury. So hopefully she'll improve in the next few days, and we can get her back out there But again, I thought Jada Boyd did a great job, but we'd like to have the depth. And Ellie Supton did a great job when she went in there, knocked down a couple of shots. And so, again, some other people, we're having to play like a Genesis Bryant and Ellie Supton. We're having to play some people that maybe hadn't played a whole lot during the season, but due to these injuries and different things, foul trouble, they're getting opportunities, and I thought they've held up really well. As far as Kai Crutchfield goes, again, I go back to a few weeks ago. She had a hand injury on her shooting hand, had it all taped up. And so offensively, she was struggling some, but she still did an unbelievable job defensively for us. And, she's that, person we try to have matched up with the other team's best scorer. And for the most part, she's done a good job with that. But it is good to see her. I think she maybe hit 4 threes today. I'll tell you what, the other thing is, 3 threes, 3 for 3. 6 assists, 1 turnover. So, again, she did a lot of things well for us. So, as you mentioned, the Swiss Army knife comparison, or jack of all trades, I guess it was, Kai's doing that for us at a good time of year.
Next question is from Alex Sawyer.
Sorry, I think I was muted. Wes, Jada's obviously had some big performances for you guys this year. Today it was a little different coming in at the beginning of the game. Just how big was that spark she provided for you guys today from the start rather than coming off the bench?
Yeah, Jada's just so explosive and athletic, and she creates, some matchup problems for people. For her to come out, she had a double-double, as did Elisa. So when you got two forward and a post that are doing those kind of things, I think it takes a little bit of pressure off your guards, and maybe that's why the guards shot the ball well today as well. So, but we definitely wanted to get it inside, and South Florida has shown a tendency to double the post from the weak side, and so we spent quite a bit of time trying to prepare for that as best you can. Sometimes you get in a hurry, and Jada or Lisa both will try to get in a hurry, and against that double team, you can't do it. But, Jada, again, we're very blessed and fortunate to have Jada Boyd. I've said all year long, we've got 6 starters. So with Kayla Jones out, Jada Boyd steps right in. It does hurt us a little bit depth-wise, obviously, and like I said, KJ does so many things that it's hard to replace that. But I can't think of anyone I'd rather have coming in and filling in like that than Jada Boyd.
Next question is from Peter.
Sorry, I was muted. Wes, Peter Katrumpis, Triangle Sports Network. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. The question I want to ask is, you've been to the NCAA tournament quite a few times in your career, and as you've been building up and now having the best success that you've had as a coach, but how have you evolved as a coach? What have you learned in how to, navigate the waters of a tournament like this and prepare your team for the next step now past that Sweet 16?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you just keep doing what's worked all year, and you go through the same process. Our players are probably tired of the process by now, but, it's just a matter of preparing for the next opponent, putting in the time on film and on scout. I think that's why our kids do a pretty good job defensively, is they really buy into knowing what's going on and trying to take things away. So I think that's a big part of it. Obviously, I learned a long time ago, it's about the players. You prepare and try to put them in a position, but at the end of the day, they're the ones that are making the plays, making the shots, and doing the little things that help you win. So really proud of this group. Everybody knows it's been a tough year in a lot of ways. We had about a 3-week pause in January. You've had so many pressures on them, different things, and they just keep taking it. And I think that's helped them here. Again, it's a little bit different than normal, and all the quarantine and isolation and all that, but they've just taken it in stride. And I think the other thing helps us, we got great kids, great young ladies, and so you don't mind being quarantined and locked up with people that you really enjoy being around. So I think that helps us as well, and it carries over us on the court while we play pretty well together.
Next question is from J.V. Ricks.
Hey, Coach. My main question was already answered, but I'll just ask you a generic one as far as your feelings on making it to a third consecutive Sweet 16, and what is it going to take for you guys to get over the hump and get to the illustrious Final Four?
Yeah. Well, again, it gets tougher every step, obviously. You know, this year I knew there was going to be more upsets than ever because, you know, the top 16 seeds didn't get to host those first two games. And so, you know, you're playing teams that are capable of getting on a roll, getting hot, and beating you, quite honestly. So, yeah, you know, again, I've been very blessed and fortunate. Raleigh, NC State, we have all the resources we need to recruit, you know, some of the best players in the country and compete on the highest level. And, you know, I love my 15 years at UT Chattanooga. But I think you always knew there was probably going to be a little bit of a ceiling once you reached a certain point. Here, you know, there's no ceiling, but it's tough. I mean, again, as you can see, the rest of the teams that are left on that board are all pretty good. So you just can't afford to, you know, take a day off. You got to be ready and hope you're shooting the ball well. That's what I said today. It was great to see Jakia Brown-Turner kind of get back on track, and Kai Crutchfield, like I said, she's been shooting it well. So hopefully we can, you know, keep on that roll a little bit. You know, Reina Perez knocked down a three as well. So we got to be able to do that, have balance if we're going to keep going deep, because people are going to, you know, they're going to make it hard on Elisa inside, as we saw today. So got to have that balance and keep doing what we're doing, preparing. We get a day off. Tomorrow will be a day off. Hadn't had one in a while, so it'll be good, catch our breath, and then we'll still have at least a couple of days to prepare for our next opponent once we find out tomorrow.
We have time for one more question, and it'll come from Andrew.
Wes, you obviously mentioned Elisa, obviously that she doesn't have quite the day she wants offensively, shooting 3 for 15, but obviously she does a lot else. She gets to the free throw line. She gets 11 defensive rebounds. What does it say about her that she's able to still kind of battle through those struggles and really still make a big impact for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's important for us just to make sure she gets touches and gets shots. And that's you know, we want her, the 15 shots, I'd be thrilled with that, you know, pretty much every game. Get her in that range. She normally shoots about 60% from the field. And, you know, I go to Vegas every August for a week, and I know you want to play the odds. And so Elisa is a pretty good, that's pretty good odds when you're shooting 60%. So, again, they were very physical with her, tried to bang her, tried to double her some, and that made it tough. Again, got to slow down and make sure you're seeing the help. Again, she's doing so much better at that, though. 3 assists, 1 turnover today. What's scary is I've told her, if you ever get where you're getting more assists than turnovers, I'll let you have your dream. She wants to play point guard. So I got to be careful here. She's getting a little bit better at it. But, again, we'll move on, you know, next game, and we'll keep going to her because, you know, I got a lot of confidence. I think Darryl Royal, the old Texas football coach, used to say, I'm going to dance with the one that brung me. So we're going to keep dancing with Elisa, that's for sure.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win, and good luck on your next game.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks, Wes.
Thanks.
Thank you.